Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson, and today I'm going to be putting in some raised garden beds in my yard, and I can't wait to get started. So I've got all my materials ready. These are 18-inch 4x4 treated wood. And it's not just treated wood, but it's the one that is called ground contact, so it's okay to sit in dirt, which it will. So I've got these cut. I had them cut at the store, so that was really convenient. And here's Chase, the supervisor. He's ready to have his garden beds put in his garden. And then I have 4 of these. So I'm putting in 2 beds, right? They're going to be 8 feet by 4 feet. So one of these by one of those. And these are just these cut up. So I cut these with my circle saw, or circular saw, as some people like to correct me on. Anyway, I've got 4 of these, four long sides, right? 2 on each bed, and then 4 of those, 2 on each bed. And I've got some, I have also, let's see, self-tapping screws. I've got cardboard to go below, and that might be it. Let's get started. So this is the area that I'm planning to put them. It's going to be kind of about right here. And the reason why I'm not putting it all the way back to this fence is because I'm planning to put in some fruit trees. And they require about 25 to 30 feet to be safe. So, what is this? 15 feet. Yeah, so kind of right where I've got it is about what it's going to be. This is 20 feet. I think my tape measure is only 25 feet. So here we have 25 feet. All right, so I estimated about correct. Wow, that's a lot of space to not use. Well, I guess I'm using it, but... Okay. Hi, Chasey Weiss. Chasey Weissy, look at you. Chase loves his new garden. And Pearl. Chase cannot get pets unless Pearl gets pets too. You're good dogs. Good. These guys are so happy in their new yard. Yeah. And they love the squirrels. There's a bunch of squirrels around that they'll run on the fence or run up the trees, and these guys just go crazy for them. Yeah, they like the yard squirrels. Look at Pearl laying in the sun. Anyway, you can see that I've moved the beds actually further, probably about 10 feet further, closer to the house, so further from the fence. And I did that because I was looking at sunlight in the summertime, and right now it's coming farther from the south. So the sunlight will be a little more right over the yard space, and maybe even further north, so it will catch the sunlight from this side. There's a big tree there, so I wanted to pull them up out of possible shade from that tree. So I've currently got them there. And, you know, if I put them in the middle of the yard, that'd be the best for all sunlight. You know, if I wanted to do like spring and fall crops, like cabbages and lettuces and things. But then I have 2 raised beds in the middle of the yard. So, I don't know. I might think on it, and maybe I'll play a little bit with the position. All right. After deliberating on that for quite some time, actually several hours, and calling my mom, who's a big-time gardener as well, and getting her opinion, I am changing these. I'm putting them all the way to the back, and instead of being next to each other, they're going to be like this. So they'll be about in this line, maybe even a little bit further out. All right, I don't want to go back too far because it's nice to be able to access the back of the bed, you know, and step between the fence. Then I'll bring this one. Neighbor dogs are barking. All right, I have a little walkway there. So when these are next to each other, it's nice to keep room for like a wheelbarrow. But when you don't, I don't need to put the wheelbarrow here, so I can have just a little walkway and access for reaching each side of the bed. So now we can finally get this going. The one thing is lining it up so it visually looks square. It doesn't have to be exactly square, but it just has to look square. Alrighty, so here we've got pretty much the final resting place. It won't be this wide. I'm going to scoot it a teeny bit forward or sideways like this. Now I'm not putting it against the fence because the neighbor might put in a taller fence and it'll put much more shade onto the bed. So I don't want it here. Of course, this is winter, but with a taller fence, oh, and that's from his shed. Anyway, there might be about that much shade with a regular fence height. So I'm moving them out. And I've put them in a line to make them just less out of the center of the yard. Also, by moving them from this point over here, I've got them out of the way of these crepe myrtles, which can put off like this sap. So, let us begin. You can see I've got the 18-foot posts. They're going to go on the inside, and the outside panels will screw to them. I forgot to list earlier when I was listing off the supplies. I did get rebar for 2 rebars on each side so it doesn't bow out. So let's begin. So I'm literally just doing this kind of intuitively and off the cuff. Actually, I'll put this kind of in the middle here to give it so I know that this will be the edge right here. In fact, get that kind of square. And these are more than 18 inches. I'm guessing they're 24. Maybe they're 20. Oh gosh. What is that? Well, anyway, this is 18 inches. No. This is 2 feet. Oh, that makes sense. My wood is 18 inches. So I wanted these longer so they can go into the ground. Stakes. The wood is 15 or 18. So I did that so I would actually have a little bit to fold underneath. That will help. That'll give the pot a floor, right? Just like a pot has some holes in it. I'll have the big drainage in the middle, but this will fold under. Also, if I made it this tall, it would take a lot more dirt. And dirt is not dirt cheap. Dirt does have a price. Okay, so let me estimate kind of where this will be. And then I'll put these, so that'll be the edge. So I guess I'll just start by hammering these in. It's so easy, we've had some rain lately. Put these about here. Look, I don't even need a hammer. This one I might. Then I've kind of got something to push it up against. I guess I need to fold this. So what will that be? That's right on an upward thing. What if it's an upward one too. Oh, if I did this, fold it this way. Now the edge of that is on a bent one already. So let's see if I can fold this. Remember, I'm totally winging this. All right. There we go. In fact, I wonder if I need to start by screwing in the wood right here. I'm gonna do that. Turn this over. Okay. All right. First screw. I gotta take a little breather and take a look at it from afar. I didn't realize, but actually I didn't need to have it all lined up when I was putting it together because it's mobile. I mean, there's nothing holding it down. So here, if we look, there's the first bed put together. And something that I realized when I was laying these out and screwing them in and being blinded by the metal is I have a feeling that those are going to be kind of warm in the summertime. So they always say, you know, potted plants dry up quicker because they're heated, right? Whereas under the ground, they've got more insulation just from being under the ground. And another thing that I did not that I hadn't mentioned yet, but I looked at different models or just, you know, builds, ideas and stuff. This is the cheapest way with, I don't know, unless you get some weird good deal or something. I think, from what I found, this is the cheapest way. Some people will put wood around the outside, but that's a lot of wood. And you know what? Since this epidemic stuff, wood is like double the price. So if you can avoid, you know, materials, definitely do that. But I got this lifted up and put into place. It's super easy to, I mean, it weighs nothing. On to the next one. So that was actually pretty darn quick. I still have not, I need to restake these, and but before I put these side bracers in, I'm going to make sure that visually these look nice and lined up before I kind of give them a positioning. And let's see, I had one thing I wanted to mention and I cannot think of it. So let me go ahead and get these moved. I think I've kind of moved the back one, but this one I think might be. You can see they're pretty easy to move, position. They're lightweight. Let me bring this one a little farther back, give it just a little bit more space in between them. I ended up using 5 screws on each side. The long side has the wraparound portion actually screwed to the bottom of the 4x4. And the sides, they're just wrapped under. So when all the dirt gets in here, it'll kind of hold it down. Again, it only has to visually look correct. Let's take a look from farther back. Here we got Pearl. She's coming to do a final investigation. What do you think, Pearl? She's like, get over here, I'm trying to talk to you. They look nice. They actually look a lot nicer than I was thinking. Now, What that corrugated steel will look like in a year, I don't know. It could be quite a bit less shiny. But that might actually be a good thing for heat. So let's go back to the patio. Over here. This is the bird feeder I got up yesterday. But I have not seen a bird there yet. Pearl's overlooking her kingdom. Aren't you, girl? Actually, I think the beds look fine. They're at least straight enough you can't tell any difference from over here. This is almost straight on. I think they're ready. Pearl, do you give the final approval? Is that 2 blinks for a yes? Good girl. And here we have Chasey. Yes, you're just the cutest baby. Just the cutest baby, Chase. Yeah. So we're not done quite yet. You don't really want all this grass and weeds growing up underneath your bed. So to kill it off and also provide a protective barrier is to use cardboard. Now I got these at Home Depot. They were unpacking stuff to put out on display. And I got a ton of this. So I thought maybe my beds were that small, but they're not. So I will bring out the rest. I'll put a few other pieces and then some in there. So I got the cardboard in. And one other thing to note is when you use wood that is basically poison filled, these pressure treated are not safe. So you never want to burn them or anything like this, but they will leach into your garden. So I'm going to wrap those with just some plastic bags. Well, thank you so much for watching. The next part of this raised garden bed installation is getting the dirt. And that's possibly one of the pricier aspects of this whole project. And I suspect Chasey, you're so good. I love you. And I suspect it's going to be the most time consuming because it's going to be a lot of wheelbarrow trips from the front of the house all the way back to the beds and then dumping all the dirt in. So, another day. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.